Hello student, in last class I have introduced you quadrant system. So today in short we are going to revise what the quadrant system was and how the angle to be represented in each quadrant, especially in third and fourth quadrant. So let's try to understand this diagram again. In short we are going to take the revision of the same thing. So more it will be clear to you what we have discussed in last class. Angle in first quadrant we have discussed 0 to pi by 2. It is your first quadrant. This is the second one. It was the third and the fourth. In second quadrant, angle from pi by 2 to pi means 180. In third quadrant, pi to 3 pi by 2 means 270. And at the last, 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi means 360. Here you can see, here I have written all the angles in terms of radian. You can write this one as a 90, this one as a 180, this is 270 and this is 360. Now in each we have discussed about the sign of all 6 trigonometrical terms, and basically if you are clear about 3 basic trigonometrical term or 2 only, you can write sign of the remaining 4 or 3. So let's try to write that again. In first quadrant all terms are positive: sine, cos and tangent. In second quadrant, sine carrying plus sign, minus negative, and obviously tangent will carry negative sign. For these two quadrants, we have studied in detail that how to represent angle in second quadrant and first quadrant as a multiple of 90 and as a multiple of 180, and we have seen what the change you will have. Now third quadrant we have written directly, so here some example also we are going to discuss with respect to your third quadrant. So here you can see your sine carrying negative sign, cos was carrying negative sign, and your tangent obviously will turn to positive ones. First we write all the sign, then specially third and fourth quadrant we try to discuss in detail. First and second quadrant already I have discussed with some examples. So today third and fourth quadrant we will take a discussion with some of the examples. Now in the last one, your sine negative, cos positive and tangent is also negative. Now regarding the third quadrant we are going to discuss with some of the example. Here you can see whatever the angle you are going to write, it will be either 180 plus or 270 minus. First two already I have, so today I am not going to discuss these two in detail. You know how to represent it. So let's start with the third quadrant because that we have written only the standard form. In third quadrant, one way to represent the angle as a 180 plus theta and the another way is a 270 minus theta. So here we are going to take one example. Theta is a 210 degree. Obviously it is 180 plus 30 it is. So here we write a sine of 210. It can be expressed as sine 180 plus 30 degree. Now here your theta is turned as 30 degree. Now sine 180 plus theta means sine is negative in your third quadrant, so it will remain with the negative sign, and as you are dealing with a multiple of 180, your term is not going to be changed. Sign will remain sine only. So this will turn as minus sine 30. Sine 30 we can write as a value form, that is 1 by 2. So this way the value of sine 210 is minus half. Another way to write the sine 210 as 270 minus 60. That will also give you the same solution. So here another way to write sine 210 is sine 270 or 3 pi by 2 minus 60. Again it will give you 210 only. As you are dealing 3 pi by 2 means it is a multiple of 90. This is also multiple of 90, but normally it is to be write as sine pi plus theta form, and normally this is to be write as sine 3 pi by 2 minus theta form. That's why it is called multiple of pi by 2. And when you are dealing with the multiple of pi by 2, your term will change. And when your term is changed, first of all you look at this sine term. What is the sign of this term in particular quadrant? Here sign is negative for this particular quadrant, so it will be your minus. Sign will change to cos, as we have seen in the last class also. It will be the 60 degree. We know the value of cos 60, that is half. So that will be your minus half. So this way you can see, on taking any of the method as a pi plus or 3 pi by 2 minus, your answer will come same, only the method of writing will be changed. But when it's depend on you that you have to select the method, you can select any of the method as per your conveniency. But in the question a particular form is available, so at that time you are restricted to follow the same thing. So concept should be clear up to the last extent, that what is the availability and how the term can be changed. Now the same thing we are going to discuss about the last quadrant, that is fourth, in which you can see it is 3 pi by 2 plus and 2 pi minus. So regarding the fourth quadrant, here we are going to discuss about the fourth quadrant system. So for that purpose, suppose we take a angle as a 300. Theta we are going to take as a 300 degree. So it can be also expressed as a 270 plus and 360 minus or 2 pi minus. So let's start with the first method, that is, suppose we take cos over here. Cos of 300. First we are going to write it as a 2 pi minus means 360. So this is your cos 360 minus 60. While writing the difference or sum, you be very sure that either it should be a multiple of pi by 2 or pi, not another than these two. Now cos 360 minus theta, or this can be in general can be expressed as 2 pi minus theta, meaning will be same. Either you write 2 pi or 360, both are the same thing. So here your cos is positive. As you are dealing with the multiple of pi, so your term will not be changed. So it will come as cos 60 only, whereof you are having the cos 60 value as a half. Now the second way how it can be represented, this is cos 300, the same angle we are going to represent as 270 plus 30. As you are dealing with the cos, sign is not going to be changed, but term is going to be changed as it is a multiple of 90. And for more conveniency, this can be expressed as 3 pi by 2 plus theta. So it will be considered as a multiple of pi by 2. So sign is not going to interfere here, but term will be changed. Sine of 30 degree. Sine 30 is again how much? Half. So this way both will give you same solution. So this is all about the third and fourth quadrant, especially because in last class we have not discussed these 2 points in detail. First two already we have. So I hope it will be clear to you that how to represent angle in each quadrant. I repeat in short, in first quadrant angle will lie from 0 to 90 degree or 0 to pi by 2. In second quadrant, angle will lie from 90 to 180 or pi by 2 to pi. In third quadrant, your angle will be lie from 180 to 270 or pi to 3 pi by 2. Or in the last quadrant, that is the fourth, angle will lie from 270 to 360 or 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi. So this way, this 360 cycle we have split it into 4 equal parts. That's why it is called a quadrant. Equal quadrants we have generated, and regarding sign we have introduced here. Now for more conveniency, you can say here the terms you can use regarding the positive sign. Here all terms are positive, so A you can put in your mind to make remember what is going on. Now here keep S in your mind, means only sign is positive, so other terms are depends on that. Here T, here tangent is positive, so the other terms are considered accordingly, means the sine and cos are negative over there. And here C. So this way we are having one format A, S, T and C. If this one you keep in your mind, never you will make a mistake of taking the sign of the respective terms. In first quadrant, all positive. In second quadrant, if sign is positive, so obviously the cosec will also be positive and the remaining are negative. In your third quadrant, your tangent is positive. When tangent is positive means the cot will also be positive and the remaining 4 are negative. In the last one, cos is positive means sec is also positive, which is reciprocal of cos, and the remaining 4 are turned as negative quantity. So this way you can fix in your mind regarding the sign concept. So it was all about the quadrant system and presentation of angle in a particular quadrant. Now we are going to discuss somewhat standard curve, just as sine curve, cos curve and tangent curve, and it's a graphical presentation. This sine curve presentation, cos and tangent, these three are the important presentation. Here graphical presentation is not going to ask in the exam, but you should be clear about the standard form of sine curve, cos and tangent. Indirect way it can be used, and this will give you the idea about the solution of sine, cos and tangent curve as a range form. Now we are going to draw a graph for sine curve in the range from 0 to 2 pi, means to complete the one cycle, start from the 0 angle to 360, what the sine curve will give a standard pattern. Now for that purpose, we break this range as a 90-90 difference. So first of all, we make a table over here to find out respective angle value solution. This is your x and y. Y means sin x value. So let's start first with the, and along with that we plot a graph also over here. As we keep on moving evaluation of the values, we try to locate this value on the graphical presentation also. This is your positive direction. This is your negative direction. Now 0. Here we will take a 1. This is minus 1. We know that the maximum value of sine is plus 1 and the minimum is minus 1. That's why this y value we have written as plus 1 and minus 1. Now let's start with the 0 angle. X is equal to 0 means y sin 0 will come out as 0. So from this point 0 to 0 means you will be here only at the origin. Now next, take a difference of pi by 2. This is pi by 2. Next we take pi, make addition of pi everywhere. So this will be your 3 pi by 2 and this will give you 2 pi. So full pattern you will have for one cycle. Now as a difference of the 90, here also we will make a angle on x-axis. So this is the pi by 2, this is pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. This is the last value we have to take. So we will stop here only. Both the side it can be extended. So afterwards we will make this discussed. Now the second point you will take as x is equal to pi by 2. So y you will have as a sine pi by 2. Value of a sine 90 you were having is 1. This is 1. Next point we will take x is equal to pi. As I have told you that all the multiples of pi in terms of the sine are zeros. So this is 0. Fourth, x is equal to 3 pi by 2. At 3 pi by 2 we have written the standard form of sine, that was minus 1. Last one, x as a 2 pi. Again multiple of pi you are having here as a sine. So this will again give you 0 solution. Now all this value we are going to list out in a table and then locate on a graph. Pi by 2 already we have written, that is 1. Pi will give you 0, this is minus 1 and this is 0. In between we are not going to put the values. Standard curve will give you the idea about the pattern of the graph. If you want to make it a more exact, in between also you can take a 30-degree value, 45-degree value, but it will be quite bulky to handle the situation with this long range. So it will be better you just write down the value with respect to maximum solution or minimum solution, and in between to find out the 0 solution. After plotting 1 or 2 graph, you will have the idea what are the highest value, what is the minimum and what is the 0 value. Now at pi by 2 the answer is 1. So here you will make a point. At pi it is 0. At 3 pi by 2 it will give you minus 1. So here it will come. And again at 2 pi you are having 0. Now make them join with the curve. Here you will not use scale to make them join because it is a curve. This is not a straight line. This way you don't join them. In form of the curve you will have the sine pattern, cos pattern and tangent pattern. Here also you make a smooth curve over here. So this way this S is going to be generated as a sine curve nature, and this is the standard nature for sine. It can be extended in both the ways. Suppose this way you want to make it extend, this way it can be extended, this way. Here this way if you want to make it extend, this way it will be extended. So on making them negative or positive, this pattern can be extended, but this loop will be repeated at certain time. Means in this form, this particular pattern, it will be follow both the side on making it expand. So this is the standard pattern or nature of the curve you will have regarding the sine. And this is very important thing to know about the curve pattern. Afterwards it will be used to you in the indirect form. Now the same thing we are going to discuss for your cos curve, taking the same range for x. So here this will be your next is cos curve with the same angle. Your pattern, you can see what the change in the pattern you have on changing the curve nature. Here the angle we are going to write same, but your solution will be changed at its respective position form. Now here cos curve we are going to discuss. So let's start with the cos form. Start with the 0 solution. First one, x is equal to 0. Cos 0 you know it is 1. Now next is x is pi by 2. We know the value of cos pi by 2, that is 0. Third one, x as a pi, cos of pi. I told you alternate plus minus sign you will maintain when you are having a multiple of pi. Let's start with the 0. 0 will give you 1. pi will give you -1, 2 pi will give you again +1. So alternate plus minus sign you will have on making addition of a pi in form of cos. Fourth one, x is 3 pi by 2, y you will have as multiple of pi by 2 in terms of cos is 0. Last one, x is 2 pi, that will give you cos of 2 pi means +1. Now substitute all the values in your table and then make it present on a graph. This is 1, 0, -1, 0, +1. If you compare this table and its respective value, you will find there is an exchange of the value as compared to the last table where we were having 0, here we are getting 1, where we were having 1, here we are getting zeros. So obviously the pattern of curve will be quite changed. So let's try to understand how it will be changed. Here also the maximum value is 1 and the least value is -1, means whatever the angle here it is being written in any of the form as a multiple of a higher order with the pi or 2 pi, or you can say pi by 2, your answer will lie in between -1 to +1 or maximum up to 1 or minimum up to -1. So let's try to locate all these points. This is 0, 1. So first of all we have to make here angle presentation. This is pi by 2, this is pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. Let's start with the 0. At 0 the answer is coming as 1. So here you will make a circle, 1 point on axis. Second, at pi by 2 you are having at the 0 means on the x-axis. At pi you are having -1 means the least value it will give you at pi. 3 pi by 2 means 0 on the axis again, and at 2 pi again it will reach to a peak value. Now again with the help of a curve we are going to make them join. Don't use scale to make them join. So some curved format you have to follow. So this is the cos curve you will have. So it is called a one loop for cos curve. This way it will be complete at a 2 pi. Again both the way it can be extended. This way it can be extended over here this way, and this way also it can be extended to make a continuity of the curve with positive or negative direction. So this is the pattern of cos curve you will have. Be very careful. In cos at 0 you will have a maximum solution. You start plotting of this curve at this 0 point on y axis. So this is a pattern of cos curve. Range of this your cos is again -1 to +1. So keep this thing in your mind. Many times this range you will use to find out the solution. Now the last curve we are going to discuss is a tangent curve. Its pattern is totally changed. Because we know tangent tends to infinite solution at pi by 2. So its pattern is quite different. So obviously the range will be also quite different over here. So let's plot the curve for tangent. Now here we take y as a tan of x. Direct we try to understand here the graph of the tangent. So it will be very clear to you that what is going to happen with the tangent curve and why it is quite different. here pi by 4, because at tan pi by 4 we are having one value. This is pi by 2. On negative direction also somewhat we have to write to make the symmetry of the curve. Now here at pi by 2 and minus pi by 2 we draw an imaginary line. Here also now first x is equal to 0, tan of 0 will give you 0 solution. Secondly, at x is equal to pi by 4, your tangent will give you 1. And if you look at the third value, that is tan pi by 2, it will tends to infinite. Fourth value means negative solution. If you look at tan minus pi by 4, this will give you minus 1 value. And if you look at minus pi by 2, this will give you minus infinite solution. Okay, so these are the values we are going to locate on a graph. Now let's start with the 0, and it is symmetry about both the sides. So both the sides we are going to move at the same time. But before that, here we make a 1 locate, here we make a minus 1. These are not the maximum and minimum value, but to get this 1 and minus 1, it will be required on y-axis. Now here with 0, it will be at the origin position. At pi by 4, it will give you 1. At 90, it will tends to infinite. Secondly, at minus pi by 4, it will tends to minus 1. And at minus pi by 2, it will tends to minus infinite. Now here only 3 points we have located. So now make them join. At infinite, we can't draw any curve, but we can draw a curve that seems to tend at infinite. Parallel to this imaginary line, you make your curve plot. Not to touch, but it seems to be parallel. It is going at the infinite. This side also. Downward also the same type of pattern you will follow. Don't touch this line. Make parallel line or parallel curve. So this is a pattern of tangent. It tends to minus infinite. It tends to plus infinite. Infinite, it is not possible to represent on a graph, but we can show formally only. That's why we are not going to meet at this pi by 2 line. It is going parallel at the infinite, means it is an indeterminate form. Now this symmetry form minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, we can expand this side and that side with negative solution. Here if you want to make it expand, middle one will give you pi, this one will give you 3 pi by 2. So this way again the same pattern you will have. This way further you want to make it expand, this way you will have the same pattern. So both the way with plus and minus sign it can be expanded, but here just now it will be better for you to understand the basic pattern only for your tangent curve. So these are the 3 standard curves what we are having as a graphical presentation. So that will give you the idea about the range of these 3 trigonometrical basic term, and that will helpful to you find out the range. Range is nothing, don't worry about that term. Range means the answer from what you will generate after implementing somewhat solution relate with the given function. So this was all about the basic presentation of your standard curve. So in next class we will try to find out somewhat formula of trigonometrical solutions and find out the terms for which one term will available to you in the question, particular quadrant also will be available to you, and on basis of that we will find out remaining terms for a particular quadrant. So till then you revise what the points we have discussed, because only on basis of that you will be able to find out the required terms. Otherwise every time you will be confused what we are doing, how we are finding. So please revise all the points what we have discussed in this lecture or in last lecture. So in next lecture you will be quite clear that what we are going to attempt. Thank you.